living. So a little bit about us, just so you'll know the people who are involved in what we have done up to this point. Christy, like we said, is our founder, okay? Many years ago, she reached out to me and Donna Hester and to help her write a curriculum. So we started out with 2 schools. We started out with Mountain Brook Elementary School and Glen Iris Elementary School. And some of our students, as we were reminded today, some of our Sanford and UAB students started out with us, helping us do this. So we started writing the curriculum, and it took us a long time to come to where we were really satisfied with the curriculum. At some point, we decided we wanted to have a strong nutrition link. So we brought on Bonnie Spear, and she just walked through it to the back. She is in charge of our nutrition component. So the 3 of us, working with our students, working with Christy, working with teachers, actually went through the process of developing the curriculum. And we're actually constantly revising and updating the curriculum as we go along based upon teacher input. Because we think it's vital that we stay connected with what you guys saying is working and is not working. Christina Saunders, sitting right there, she is our education director, and she is here at headquarters more than anybody else. Okay? We have a new person that is, I'm not sure what her title is. Kayla, what's her title? Kayla is awesome, okay? She's not here right now. She's on maternity leave, but she does a little bit of everything. And you will have the opportunity at some point to meet and work with Kayla. She's fantastic as well. We have a group of coordinators. These are people that will be your direct contact. So each set of schools, each 20 schools, has a coordinator that works with them. And so then the coordinators work under Christina, okay? And so we will identify who your coordinator will be. Like if you're in the Tuscaloosa area, Jan Porter is your coordinator, okay? And you will be meeting with those people as we go along. Those people will be available, like if one of your heart rate watches, the battery goes down, to come and get that and work with you. If things aren't going well in your school, they'll be able to come and help you. Jan is a former Hill teacher, just like many of these people who are our coordinators are former Hill teachers. So they've been there, they've done it, and they know how it works. We also have curriculum specialists. Right now we are finishing the middle school curriculum. They're in the back working right now. We did the control and intervention study with that group today, so we're going to be ready in August to bring on middle schools. Any middle school that we're going to go very systematically. We'll bring on 5 to start with, and then keep going. We also have a group in the back that's working on the high school curriculum. So you can see we're constantly adding to, and every time we add one, we bring in teachers as our curriculum writers. Because they're what's going to make it work. They are there, boots on the ground, in the classroom, knowing if something going to work. We've just brought on our newest staff person, Charity Bryan, who is going to be working with us with data analysis. So that's a little bit about who we are, and you'll learn more as we go along as what everybody's role is. So you said you didn't know a lot about HEAL at this point. HEAL, basically, our mission is childhood disease prevention by way of exercise that is monitored, safe, effective, and combined with a quality diet. So we are all about disease prevention. We know that many times diseases that are associated with what is called the metabolic syndrome, type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, cardiovascular disease, all starts in childhood. It doesn't just start at 50 or 60 when all of a sudden you have a heart attack. We're beginning to see more and more children now who are experiencing type 2 diabetes. 15 years ago, we didn't have a kid in elementary school that had type 2 diabetes, or middle school. And now it is very commonplace. What we're trying to do is prevent those diseases. And we know that we've got the answer to do that. The answer is activity and proper nutrition. Those are the 2 things right there. And so that is our focus. We're focused on disease prevention. Why do we have a fitness focus? The health issue among children, and I'm going to go over some of those with you in just a minute, and you're probably going to be astounded. You know Alabama's numbers are bad. I don't know that you know they're as bad as they really are with regard to some of this. Health issues among our children are escalating. They're not going down. And we also know that traditional physical education programs with a skill focus often turn kids off. And the kids that it turns off is the one that are not the ones that are the most active, that like activity, that are most athletic or whatever. It's that kid that doesn't want to move. And many times the way our programs are set up, there's too much sitting around, and the kids that need the activity the most, they're not getting the activity. And so we have a little bit different slant to what we do, so that we're not saying that skill is not important. Skill is important. Skill is very important. Because if a person is not skilled, they're not going to participate in activity. I mean, if you have the opportunity to participate in the activity you want to participate in today, if you're not a very good golfer, you're not going to hit the golf course. Okay? We're just like that as adults. We don't choose to participate in things we don't do well. Children are like that. So we've got to teach them these skills. But that can't be our only focus. Because as I've heard John Rady say before, and you're going to see a video on YouTube with John in just a little bit, no one has ever died prematurely because they couldn't step with opposition when they threw a ball. And that's what we need to be sure that we focus on, that it's important. Skill is important, but it can't be only skill. It's got to be skill and fitness working together to accomplish what we want to accomplish. We have a lot of partners that we work with, and we just put this up here so that you can see we're not out there on our own. Okay? We have a very strong relationship with the State Department of Education. As a matter of fact, Hill is the only elementary school curriculum that is endorsed by the State Department of Education. We have a letter of endorsement from the superintendent, okay, that he's very, very supportive, and all of our superintendents in the past, seems like there's a revolving door in that position, but all of them have been supportive of us. So we have a very strong partnership with them. A very strong partnership with Nancy Ray. When some of you were having problems yesterday with your STI, I just immediately contacted Nancy. Yeah. What concerns me is that Nancy is retiring. I don't know who's going to be replacing Nancy. It may not be quite as easy to get some of these kinds of things, like with the STI credits and things like that, for you guys as it has been. We have a very strong relationship with Blue Cross Blue Shield, okay, as with these other partners as well. So we have a lot of people that come in and partner with us to try to make these programs available for you, for your students and your schools. So why Hill? Why do we need to do this? We know that our children have a lack of physical activity and too much screen time. This is one of the things we focus on. We want them to be able to tell us how much screen time they should have every day. Now, this does not include academic screen time. Okay, this is just watching videos, playing games, whatever. We also, I've mentioned to you already, the metabolic syndrome. We know that many of these things start in childhood. They only manifest themselves in adulthood. We are experiencing so much, and you can attest to this better than I, of bullying. And bullying is directly tied to self-concept. We are beginning to build more and more into the curriculum related to that. As a matter of fact, our middle school curriculum is very heavy in this area because these are issues that we know that we're dealing with. Obesity trends. We are not an obesity program, as Christy said, but one of our goals is to help to reduce obesity. So through physical activity and proper diet. So that's one of our goals. And then we know that kids need 60 minutes of physical activity every day. In your class, your physical education class, obviously physical education is required. Well, let's just say in the state of Alabama, every child is supposed to have physical education in the elementary school every day. We know that that doesn't happen in all cases. Okay? We know that there are some schools that have classes every other day, but we're still better off than some states because some states only have physical education one day a week, and some states have no requirement whatsoever. Okay, so we are fortunate from that respect. But how long is your class? 30 minutes, 40 minutes, 45. The typical class in elementary school is going to be about 30 minutes. Okay? So you get them in. How long does it take you each day to get them in and get them organized for activity? Okay. Hopefully it doesn't take you more than 2 to 3, but sometimes it takes more depending on the number of kids that you have. Okay? And we're well aware that class sizes are just off the charts. Okay, so we say they need 60 minutes of physical activity a day. Your class is 30 minutes, but you're not getting 30 minutes of physical activity. By the time you get them in, get them organized, get started for activity, do your activity, then get them organized to go back to class, you've probably done about 20 minutes of activity. So where are they going to get the other 40 minutes? This is something that we have started working with classroom teachers. and other avenues as well to try to get that 60 minutes. Because our goal is that children get 60 minutes of physical activity while they're in school. Okay, what are some ways that you can think of that we can help to make up those 60 minutes? 40 minutes. We're now down to 40.
We do brain breaks now.
Brain breaks? Great.